Close your eyes for a moment and just notice your mind. How many thoughts are running right now? How many conversations are replaying? How many outcomes are being predicted? How many problems are being solved that have not even happened yet? Overthinking is quiet, but it is heavy. It is smiling in front of people while your mind is racing inside. It is lying in bed exhausted yet unable to rest. It is trying to prepare for every possible future so you never get hurt. And strangely, it feels responsible. It feels like you are being careful. Like if you just think a little more, plan a little better, analyze one more angle, you will finally feel safe. But what if that safety never comes? What if the real reason you are tired is not your circumstances, but the weight of trying to carry what was never meant for you to carry? There is a kind of weight that belongs to effort, and there is a kind of weight that belongs to Allah. When we mix the two, we suffocate. Tonight, I want to gently ask you something. What would happen if you stopped trying to control everything? What would happen if you did your part and then truly left the rest to Allah? Not as a phrase you say casually, not as something you post online, but as something you feel deep in your chest. Because everything changes when the heart shifts. Everything changes when you stop overthinking and start trusting. When something goes wrong, what is the first thing you do? Pause and really think about that. When you receive bad news, when a message feels cold, when plans fall apart, when uncertainty suddenly enters the room, what happens inside you first? For many of us, it is not calm, it is a rush, a tightening in the chest, a sudden flood of thoughts, a need to fix it immediately. We reach for our phones, we search for answers, we start calculating possibilities. We imagine worst case scenarios before reality even settles. And almost automatically, we start carrying it alone. Most of us panic first and pray later. We analyze first and turn to Allah after we are already exhausted. But what if we reversed that order? What if before the overthinking had a chance to grow, before the fear multiplied, before your mind ran ahead of you, you paused even for 5 seconds and you whispered, Ya Allah. Not perfectly, not with long memorized words, just honestly, Ya Allah, help me understand this. Ya Allah, protect me from what I fear. Ya Allah, I do not want to carry this alone. That small shift awakens something powerful inside you, because who you run to first reveals who you believe is truly in control. When your first instinct is panic, your heart is leaning on itself. When your first instinct is turning to Allah, your heart is returning to its anchor. Dua is not meant to be your emergency exit. It is meant to be your first refuge. And the more you train your heart to run to Allah before it runs to fear, the less space overthinking has to grow. The problem may still exist, the uncertainty may still be real, but your heart feels steadier because you are no longer standing in front of the storm by yourself. You have shifted from reaction to reliance. And that shift, repeated again and again, slowly changes the way you experience everything. Overthinking feels like control. That is why it is so hard to let go of. It feels responsible. It feels intelligent. It feels like you are preparing yourself so nothing catches you off guard. You tell yourself, I just need to think this through one more time. Maybe there is something I missed. Maybe if I analyze it deeply enough, I will finally feel calm. But notice something. Has overthinking ever truly given you certainty? Has replaying a conversation in your head changed what was already said? Has imagining 10 different futures prevented the one that was written for you? Overthinking creates movement in the mind, but it rarely creates peace in the heart. And yet we cling to it because deep down it gives us the illusion that we are in charge. If I think enough, I can control the outcome. If I prepare for every scenario, I will not be hurt. If I anticipate every problem, I will not be surprised. But the unseen